Well, the hope was that these Florida showers would have passed through by now, but it looks like we're in for a wet one tonight at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Set to kick off.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Tannehill on first down. And his first look is incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. That'll bring up second down.
Kendall Fuller there on the coverage.
Play action. It's Tannehill. That's complete to Mooney. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
On the run, here's Anthony McFarland. And he is going to have a Saints first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
A gain of 3 on the play. And the Saints first down.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looking to throw again on second down. Tannehill eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They'll run with McFarland. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, New Orleans.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. Open man is Duvernay. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down, McFarland, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He dumps this off underneath to McFarland. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
A gain of 9 yards.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. On first down, it's Tannehill. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Murray. Brian Burns has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
3rd and long, Murray from his end zone. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
29-yard line.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. Flushed out right. That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Here's Tannehill. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Devin Duvernay. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
Well, you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Shotgun now from Murray. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. picked off at the 28. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 16-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Tannehill. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Saints are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. They'll run here with McFarland. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Tannehill dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now Tannehill. Buying time to his left. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And this is going to be a Bucs 1st down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. This is Jones. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Jones. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
The tackle.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. And now Murray's going to set up the throw. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 12. Brings up
3rd and 2, and here's Murray. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Danielle Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They're going for it. Hits Murray. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on fourth, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much fourth downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on fourth down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
Jennings was the one he was looking for, and now it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. That's caught inside the 20. And down to the 11. It's a big play there for the Saints. 43 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Tannehill now to throw. Out to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Hey, we got 3 down. Mike 20. Let's go one more.
After the turnover, here's Murray. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Their own 36-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Back to the air, Tannehill on 2nd down. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Gain of 10. And the Saints first down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Check. Watch 54.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
32.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Murray. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Danielle Hunter in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Second and 10, Tannehill once more. Eluding the pressure right. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. To throw, Tannehill looking deep for Jennings. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Gary Jennings, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the third quarter from Tampa.
That's the way. Check three.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off at the 36. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Tannehill. Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Tannehill on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he fires one incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here's Tannehill. And he rifles one incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Jake Elliott on for the field goal.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that's going to open the lead up now to 3 scores at 18-0. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
25-yard line. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On 2nd and 7, Murray. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The open man is Smith. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. They'll run it with Jones. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray steps away to his left. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. The Bucs on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. From the gun, Murray. Smith catches left side. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Play action. It's Tannehill. Flush to his right. Finds his tight end Ingram. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Saints.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill escaping the pressure right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Darnell Mooney the target there. And it's 2nd down.
And 10.
Again, Tannehill. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Touchdown.
3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And incomplete on the deep ball. DJ Chark, first-time Pro Bowler, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
The Bucs on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Smith. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That catch good for only a couple. To throw again on second down. Murray. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Throwing on first down is Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Shotgun now from Murray. Eluding. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Murray with a 3rd and long. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now a first down carry by Jones. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. He'll buy some time right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Got a man, Slayton. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. To try again after the sack. Murray under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, Murray. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And contact defensively. And that might make things 5 yards easier. So that'll move them up 5, make the kick a little easier.
Rarely do you get kickers that don't want some yardage closer to the post, right? It's rare, but in this case, he'll definitely take them.
A 38-yard attempt.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Tannehill going to throw it. Flushed out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Rolling to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, New Orleans. Devin Duvernay, 85 yards. And the Saints add on to their lead.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That's going to set him back 5 yards. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Hey, check Mike 21.
Operating from the gun, Murray. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. DJ Chark, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
By Christian Fulton.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Get in the way. Sure.
From the gun, Murray. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Murray, one final try. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. as time has run out on this football game. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark.